Hi guys, Guggen here with 10 tips to help keep you alive and well and avoid those cards. Whether you're fighting a great Jagras or Nergigante, these tips should help you take home those awesome materials. Without further ado, let's get started. Tip number 1 is to relax. Don't be afraid to back off. You've got 50 minutes in most cases to complete a mission. Most monsters can be taken down in a tenth or to a third of that once you understand them. For a first time fight, back off when needed to heal, sharpen, and assess the situation. Doing more damage doesn't do you any good if you fail the mission and have to start over. In this fight here, I ran around for nearly a minute or more at a time, waiting for my opening to approach and attack. However, despite this, as you can see here, I finished the mission with plenty of time to spare. This, on the other hand, is what happens when you try to rush in without thinking, and nobody wants that. Our second tip relates to weapon speed. Faster weapons tend to lend themselves to closer range, more aggressive combat. They generally do low damage, but hit very often, and let you escape in a hurry if need be. Slower weapons, on the other hand, have long windups and recoveries, but deal a lot of damage per hit. This lends itself more to staying out of the monster's reach and waiting for that perfect opening to get one or two devastating hits before backing off again. Tip number 3 is to set up and get good at using the radial menu. It's far faster than scrolling through your item bar one item at a time and can be the difference between a carve or a cart. You can set up your radial menu from the start menu. You have 4 different menus you can set up. As you can see here, I have one for general use, a second one for when the monster goes to sleep. A properly set up radial menu will save your bacon more than almost any other tip. Our fourth tip is to watch your surroundings. There are many times you can get free damage and a knockdown by shooting a rock or crystal hanging from the ceiling of a cavern or the limb of a tree, as well as methods to paralyze or otherwise trap a monster without using up your own supplies. This is a simple way to get an opening for a powerful combo or a clutch claw attack, all of which means even more damage to the monster. Number 5 is regarding methods of healing. For example, potions and mega potions are very slow without the speed eating skill. Monsters, on the other hand, are fast, and in some cases very fast, and depending on how aggressive they choose to be, may not allow you to get a full potion heal. Max potions and ancient potions are much faster to consume, and also recover your full HP instantly. However, keep in mind these powerful healing items are limited. You can only carry 2 max potions and 1 ancient potion into the field with you. Our 6th entry relates to dodging enemy attacks. Enemy hit ranges are larger than you think. Whether this was intended by the developers or a quirk of the game engine, enemies can and will hit you when you think you've dodged or avoided the hit. Even if you think you're just out of range, dodge anyway. This will save you a trip back to camp more often than not. Our next tip is to destroy as many monster parts as you can. This can cripple monster damage and even eliminate some of their attacks. For example, breaking the horns off a Diablos will reduce its charge damage, while cutting off a Nergigante's tail will reduce the damage of its tail swipe. Damaging parts can also allow you to deal extra damage to that part for the rest of the fight. Keeping a sharp weapon is our 8th tip. Not only do you deal less damage with lower sharpness, but many enemies have a minimum sharpness level needed to damage certain parts. Your attacks can and will bounce off of enemy armor if your weapon is not sharp enough, which causes you to deal less damage per hit, as well as interrupting whatever combo you may be in the middle of. You can increase your max weapon sharpness by upgrading your weapon with a blacksmith or by collecting the handicraft skill. This leads us into our 9th tip, the Clutch Claw. This is an Iceborne only mechanic that allows you to soften monster parts so that you can deal bonus damage to that spot. It also has the benefit of allowing weapons to penetrate even if they don't have the required sharpness level. Complete the tutorial optional quest in order to learn the basics. Many weapons also have unique mechanics that utilize the Clutch Claw. And now for our final and likely most important tip of this video, which is that weapon choice is personal. A dedicated hunter can use any weapon to defeat solo or in a group any monster in the game within the time limits. Play the weapon that you enjoy and the skill necessary to succeed will follow. Some weapons will do better in some fights and scenarios, whereas others will do poorly in the same scenario, but will excel elsewhere. Eric's Gaming has an amazing set of tutorials covering every weapon with detailed descriptions of skills and abilities of said weapons. I use his videos a lot when first learning the game. I'll put a link to his weapon tutorial playlist in the description below. Well, there are my personal 10 tips for new players to not only survive, but to thrive in this amazing game. I hope they help you avoid carting back to camp. If you know any tips or hints to help new players survive better, please leave them in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, and hit that subscribe button below for more videos just like this. If you have any future ideas for videos you'd like to see, please let me know. I also have an ongoing Let's Play of Monster Hunter World if that's something that interests you, and I'll have that linked in the description below as well. Have a great day. Guggen out.